So, hey, my lovelies, I have arrived in Apkoude, where I live now. It's like in this little, very amazing, beautiful, village near Amsterdam. It's with train. It's 20 minutes away from Amsterdam, and it's really at the countryside. I can show you. Like the plains of Holland. I just walked a little outside the village because I wanted to let Khaleesi a little bit run. She's here eating some grass. Khaleesi, hello, hey. She's very occupied, obviously, and it's the first I can wear my sunglasses. Sharon, I'm wearing your sunglasses. Yes, because it's the first sunny day. We had a very rainy period now. I arrived on Monday with my friends Claudia and Jens, and it was raining now for 3-4. What's today? Today's Friday, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. And now it's the first really sunny day. It's still a bit cloudy, but I'm actually not going to talk about the weather with you because I just wanted to tell you, that I feel so very blessed to be here, really. I said goodbye to all my friends on Thursday and Sunday, and it was not that emotional as I expected it to be, because somehow, I don't know, I just feel that I'm so deeply connected to them, and they are with me wherever I am. And I guess I somewhat already said goodbye internally much earlier than on these 2 days. So it was, of course, it was emotional, and I'm going to miss them, already miss them, but I just know that we are together anyways, and we'll see each other again. So it's not that it was a goodbye forever. And yes, this journey so far has taught me so much about me, about my inner freedom, about my soul freedom, as my business is called. And I feel so deeply grateful that I had the opportunity to follow my heart, to manifest this, to be here in this beautiful place, to start this new life, even if it was scary as fuck sometimes, and still is actually. And yes, but it just all paid out until now, and I'm this feeling to know that I'm so near to Boss right now. And and when I saw him first, I was packing my stuff. I'm living here in a little studio, as you probably know, and I was bringing all my stuff up in this it's in this little attic, right beyond below the roof, and I was unpacking my stuff, or bringing it up, unpacking the car actually, and all of a sudden when I came back, he stood there and it was, I almost fell actually. My knees were whoops, wobbling, and it was such a beautiful moment to know that I don't have to say goodbye now for another month or 2 months or 3 months, but only for a few days if we say goodbye, and or only for a day if he's going to stay with me over the night. And this is so beautiful, really. And I spent the most amazing days thus far in Amsterdam, in Apkoude, and in Zandvoort. I still cannot pronounce it. And I think now the time is coming when I really will settle down. My everyday life is going to start when I will be working, and and this is going to be a big challenge for me, because it's going to be work in a foreign country and under the other conditions, and I still have to manage all with my dog and where I can give her and some stuff like that. But like now I feel like, okay, now I have time to really just let things sink in and to just make myself a home here. And because my friends left this morning actually, but I said goodbye to them yesterday evening. And I will see Bas next week, I guess. So I really have time now just to be with me and Khaleesi and this little beautiful, really, really, really beautiful village I'm living in. It's like, this village is like from a movie. Like, it's so perfectly beautiful everywhere, these little rivers and like these flowers and these cute houses with all these like little gardens. And yes, it's really like in these kitschy fritchy movies, I know. And yeah, but it feels so much, there's so much peace. And I just a few minutes ago I met this gorgeous woman. She was so amazing. She was walking her dog as well, and our dogs wanted to get to know each other, so we started to talk as well. And she didn't speak English, so she just spoke in Dutch, and I spoke in English, and my 3 words I know in Dutch, but we understood each other very well actually. And I asked her if she knew like a pet sitter or something, and she gave me a number. So I have a card already. Yes, so I know that my dog is running there. So I just see that people are so open and so nice, and I just feel so very much guided. Like this, yeah, nothing can happen to me besides get overrun by my dog. Which, I mean, like, this fear is real. Yes, no. But, yeah, it's like everything is unfolding so perfectly, and I really don't have to be afraid that I would get lost, because we're surrounded by so many irrational fears, actually. We think we cannot do that, we cannot do this, because we think like, we're going to get lost, or we can lose control, and we lose control. I actually lost control many times already. But actually nothing can happen, because as long as we are like home in ourselves, and we are home in this world, nothing can happen, really. I know it's always the struggle with security and financial security above all, and I have these fears as well, because I never had much money in my life. I always like just make a living somehow, and I never had much money to spend. So I know the fear of not having money, but I also know that you can make a living with very, how do you say that? Not much money, with less money, with just, the essential. So, and sometimes we're making up all these stories in our heads that will keep us from living our dream or just trying things out. Because I can never know if this all is going to work out, whatever working out means. Because for me, this already has worked out. Because I have learned so many things about me, about myself, about accepting things, about just going for things, and not holding back from all these stories that are that were in my head as well. Of course, like stories like what's happening if I don't get a job, if I don't get a house, if I my place to live, or when boss all of a sudden doesn't want to be with me anymore, or stuff like that. And still, I mean, I quit my house or my apartment in Bern before I had a place to stay here, before I had work, before I had anything here. Because I just knew I want to go for that, and I want to give it a try. And I don't want to hold myself energetically back if I'm... because first I just wanted to rent it out for 3 months and just to come here to look for work. But then all of a sudden I felt like, no, Priska, no, you cannot like keep yourself back, because energetically I would be still bound to burn, and I just know how this works. Then things cannot unfold as they can unfold when you are truly free. So yes, this is I think this was my greatest lesson thus far, just to go wholeheartedly for things and not just half, and with 1,000 how do you say that, safety nets. I'm sorry, I'm crying because it's so windy, not because I'm sad. Yes, and to just really go for your dreams and to try things out, because this life is so short. I mean, you have this amount of time, and you never know when it's stopping. You never know when you die. And I wholeheartedly believe in life after death. And actually, I just don't believe in it. For me, I know it, that there's no such a thing as death, just like transitions into other realms, or like other another state of being. But still, this life has been gifted to me out of some reason, and I just want to live it, and not just like playing safe all the time. And give and miss out all these things, these great things that could happen to me when I'm just living it to the fullest, and go for the things that my heart is burning for. So yes, this is what I wanted to tell you. And I'm about to make a whole video, because I think a few people missed the whole story, and it's okay. And of course it's okay, because I really think about making a video when I will sum it all up from the beginning to now. I think it's going to be a longer one, but yes, so that you can just get where I'm coming from, and what all happens in these months. Because actually I just met Buzz over Facebook half a year ago, and now I'm living in the country he's living in. It's crazy journey, but it's like, now it's getting cold again. A crazy journey, but one that just that feels so right to my heart. So go for your dreams. Go for your dreams and live what you really want to live, and don't hold yourself back from fears that are not real, or not they're just in your head. And just because you are living in a society that tells you that security is all that counts, because it's not. I think in my terms it's like living a life to its fullest, and not just living on behold or something. So this is my bit of the day, and I'm wishing you a wonderful, wonderful time wherever you are, and feel hugged and loved, and bye.